Okay, so looking at my list, first I'm gonna check out the things that I already can't eat. Because the things that I already can't eat, I can't eat them anyway. So the things that are already not in my diet due to past elimination diets. Bye-bye aged cheese, artificial dyes, artificial preservatives, beer. I'm pregnant, so I can't have beer. Ugh, champagne. Well, maybe someday, but not right now while I'm pregnant. Let's see. Goat cheese. I don't do that. Mahi and mackerel. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Other things that I am already allergic to. Smoked fish. Wheat germ. Yogurt. Can't do sour cream or sour milk anyway because I don't do dairy. Okay, so those are the ones crossed off the list that I already can't eat. So those ones are no loss. Now I'm going to cross out the things that, well, I just straight up don't really eat. So those ones are no loss to me. Eggplant, honestly, I'm happy to have an excuse to cut eggplant out of my diet. Figs, they're just not a huge part of my diet. Kefir, I don't eat them. Oh, hot dogs, I'm allergic to those. I don't know why I didn't cross those off before. Mackerel will be no big loss. Oh, milk. Mahi. I think that's a fish. Is that a fish? What else? Prunes. I don't really eat prunes, so that's okay. Pepperoni. I can't eat that actually. Sardines. I don't eat that. Soy sauce. That's an allergy. Tuna. I don't eat that. And yeah. So let's look at the ones that are gonna suck. And ones that I can survive without. Like, I can survive without anchovies. To me, the only thing that I have to come up with a replacement here is Caesar. Apricots, I don't really eat those. Avocados, that's a shame. Bananas, that's a shame. Citrus fruits, yeah, that one's tough. Dates, that one's tough. Kombucha, that's tough. Wine, that'll be tough after I'm not pregnant anymore. So when it comes to fruit, I'm gonna look up and see what I can find for Caesar alternatives, because I'm sure there's alternatives that I would be able to use for that. And I'm sure I will be able to come up with something good for that. So let's look at the fruit. When looking at something that you really like, get rid of the buttermilk. When looking at something that you really like, it's best to look at the things that you can have. So I'm gonna focus on the fruit that I can have. So, good fruit. So, apples, blueberries, peach, melons, pears, cherries, grapes, mango. I don't see any of those on the list, and those are all delicious. So, especially while I'm first starting at this, I am not even going to look at the price of a mango. I'm not going to look at the price of cherries, anything like that, because they're delicious. So to reward myself for going through all this, I'm allowed to eat as much peach, blueberries, cherries, mangoes as I want, and it doesn't matter the cost, okay? So looking at that, I'm rewarding myself a little bit. So now I can cross off those sad fruits that I want to have, but then I know I can have these, okay? So bacon. Bacon can be a tough one, but I've replaced this before, okay? So for bacon, I am completely happy with having pork belly, thin sliced with salt. And if you have it thin sliced enough, go ask at your butcher and they will thin slice it for you real good, and then we can just cross that bacon off. Cashews, that one is painful for me because where I'm dairy free, I use cashews for a lot of things. But almonds is not on this list. So almonds is low histamine and I'm gonna go with that. Dates. I use dates in a lot of things as a natural sweetener. So I'm just going to, well, you know what? It's just one of those things I'm just gonna have to take out. So maple syrup, honey. Okay, so got myself a replacement for that. I can cross it off. Kombucha. I love a little kombucha, but just gonna have to hold that off for a little while. Olives. You know what? I'm okay without olives. Papaya. Peanuts. Once again, I am going to go for almond, or maybe even try some of that sunflower seed butter or something. Who knows? Pickles. That one breaks my heart a little bit, not gonna lie. And I'm not sure what you can replace pickles with. Sauerkraut, I can survive without sauerkraut. Raisins. I might have to ask and see if it's other dried fruits and stuff too, or if it's just raisins. Spinach, I can do, you know what? Arugula, romaine, other lettuces I can do. Tomatoes. Tomatoes is tough, but for many things I could use red pepper just to lend the same color, or I will make a batch of no-mato sauce. Vinegar, so wine, walnuts. I don't see pecans on this list, so I'm gonna throw that on there and just figure if I'm not doing myself, you know, as much harm, then it's gonna be better. And vinegar, so just not really throwing vinegar on things. Okay, so salad dressing might take a little bit of work if it's no vinegar and no citrus. Salad dressing. So I'm going to have to find myself a recipe for a low acid salad dressing. This could get curious. All right, so now I have my missions. So my missions: reward with fruit, no expense. Vegan, gluten-free Caesar with a question mark. Oh, one of the other things on here, chocolate. Seeing chocolate there, that's painful, but I do know that I can do carob as a replacement in a lot of recipes. And that's just gonna take some playing, because I had to go without chocolate before. So, pork belly. Almonds, pecans, carob. Coming up with a list of replacements that will work makes the transition so much easier. Now, after taking it piece by piece, it hurts a lot less because I know that in place of one thing, I can use something else. So if you are on a similar journey, I will call it, then really just look at it piece by piece. Take out the stuff that you wouldn't have anyway, take out the stuff that you wouldn't really miss, and then try to see if you can find alternatives to the other things, or write yourself a note to come up with one, because you know what, there's a lot of fun in the discovery.